Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 11th of December, and let's do a quick Bitcoin roundup. So first off, it is the day where we're getting CPI data from the United States. We are expecting some type of specific data coming in an hour before the New York Stock Exchange opens. So look for pre-market volatility, especially if the actual doesn't hit the forecast. You'll see a quick adjustment. On the overall look at Bitcoin for long-short ratios, we were, grinding up pretty hard late last night to about almost 60% long versus short. This has been breaking down heavy and hard, losing 6% just in the last 12 hours or so, 16 hours. So this is good. We want to see a continuous downtrend on the long-short ratio. Downside pressure from retail. Them shorting means we have good pressure to push us higher. Funding rates, we're back under 0.01. So generally, this is a good area where long traders are still accepting the fact that they're paying a small fee to short trade sellers in order to push price higher. So this is good. We went through the really overheated area of the funding rates last week and even earlier this week, but last week specifically, and they're like a sixth or an eighth, I guess, since we went to 0.08 overall. So looking good. We want to see that as a driver for upside continuation. On the liquidation heat map, we did the final little drive last night into that low. We actually just popped the high. So this is going to be interesting that we talk about as far as changing potential direction. This is the first time we popped a high or a new significant higher high, probably since, we'd had the initial dump out on the 5th of December. What was that? 5th, 6th of December? 5th? So anyways, it looks good. I like the fact that we've done that. And for us to really start losing levels now, we need to start clearing below that 95K zone and start wiping that liquidity. Looking over at Bitcoin for price action. So in this area, we've got some upside drivers. This little high that we just did here, this is interesting and significant because we just broke a little local high higher than we've done since Monday. So I think it looks decent. I think we still have a lot of work to do, but this is starting to look like bottoming formation as far as the price action. We've regained the previous weekly open, which is nice to see. So we're kind of playing this out right now. Hopefully some more downside pressure will push us higher. I'm expecting that the CPI data, if the actual doesn't hit the forecast, pre-market today for the New York Open, I think we're going to get a little bit of movement. So it's still looking good for the upside track to have a continuation. We flushed a big part of liquidity. The upside is basically broken in one way, and that is the loss of 95K. The moment this happens and we get a 4-hour close underneath, that breaks any chance that we have, at least locally, for a regain. Then we have to do significant regains of level to regain upside priority. Locally, you've got good demand. You've got bullish backtests of levels that are going higher. I think if we do accidentally break down, or not accidentally, but if we do break down now, the likelihood is that we make new lows and we lose the 95K demand. I like the idea of us pushing that back up to retest stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do at 98.9, all the way up to 100K, and really significantly back towards the weekly open, which is an untested level. This resistance area is also a good area for a snap short if we're going to get a nice little push back down to retest this bottoming structure. So watch for that. And any gain of the weekly open invalidates any short plays. So I think for the time being, it looks a lot better than it did yesterday. Yesterday was sideways, grindy, nasty, did a final little dump off a cliff and barely held on a structure. So we want to see the holds of levels. We want to see the regains of levels to go higher. And for the time being, it does look pretty decent. We just want to see some established higher lows. We want to see some good back tests of level. And even if we do get the nuke off of, the retesting of this upside structure to come back down to retest stuff, we want to hold the low from yesterday. This must hold. Otherwise, sub 95K, probably down to 90K is likely. So hopefully, a little optimistic today. We'll see how the market plays out pre-market. And until then, take it easy.